What's up everybody, I'm Jeremy from WeldTec Designs, and this last weekend we talked about our SEMA build and what we've added to that SEMA build, and that would be this RZR, this Polaris RZR 1000 Turbo S. Now the first thing that I told you guys on this was that I just really don't like the cage. Now, not from just an aesthetic reason, but also a safety reason. If it's going to be me and my family in here, I'm really gonna want a stronger cage, and that is really important to me. Luckily, I found the guys over at Cagewrx that build a do-it-yourself cage, so I really like that. I have the ability to kind of customize it if I want. I can get it unpowder coated, or really if I wanted, I could buy the whole cage just complete and put it on. However, that's not really how I do things. I am excited right now though, because we're gonna head up to Cagewrx, check out their facility and check out all the products that they have available, not only for the Polaris UTV, but for all kinds of UTVs. So enough jibber jabbering, let's get out of here. All right, so after that long 1 hour drive, we have arrived at Cagewrx, and sitting out front is two awesome Polaris RZRs. And as I look at this, I'm kind of like, man, this is gonna be bad. This is just bad news, because it's like a kid in a candy shop when you come there. Now I know how people feel when they come to our shop and see all these awesome things sitting in the parking lot, because I never really thought that I would want a windshield in my RZR. And now I look at this, and not only might that really make me happy, it would probably really make the kids, and really, if we're being honest here, the wife would probably really love that, especially when it starts getting really cold out the desert. So this is pretty cool. Looks like this is probably, either a demo or their customer's ride. Let's head inside, go talk to them and see what's up. Good morning, I'm Jeremy, I'm looking for Johnny.
Yeah, it's me.
Hey, what's happening? So we've been talking over email about building this crazy project that we're doing for SEMA, and what I have is a Polaris RZR Turbo S, and I hear you might have a product too for that.
Yeah, definitely. We have a couple options. Just
okay.
What we're looking for.
So I think I'm looking to build my own cage, so that way I can kind of put some of my own touches on it. And after looking at your website, I saw that you kind of offer it in 3 different stages. So I'm looking at the Baja Spec cage.
Okay.
I really like the flat roof versus, the kind of the rolled roof that these cars have.
Yeah.
So I was kind of hoping you might be able to show me that. And then really, I'm open to suggestions. I haven't built a RZR before, and so that's why I wanted to just come to you guys and talk to you, see what you guys recommend for this build.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you want to take a look at the shop and I'll show you some of the options we got?
Yeah, that would be great.
Cool, let's do it.
So you said our cage is going to be all boxed up, but I see here as we are looking on all of these shelves, it looks like a ton of cages to me. So what is this? What do we have going on here?
So this is our main tubes for our 4-seat Super Shorty, the
okay.
cage kit. These are the longest tubes that run from front to rear on the machine. You can see the radius in them. Everything's all stacked. When we bend them, we probably do about 50 or so at a time, maybe more, and we just fill this whole cart, roll it right over to the bender, fill it up, roll it back. Same with the Baja Spec, we just filled that one up yesterday, so that's basically a full cart right here. And
so now this is the 4-seat Baja Spec cage right here.
This is the cage.
So this is the cage that I'm interested in doing on my car.
This is it.
So now when I get this, am I going to get it, do we literally come and pull tubes off this, or how does that work?
Yeah, so basically when the customer comes in, we usually have everything but these tubes sitting on a shelf.
Okay.
Right behind us, there's a box with every other tube in it. The only things that aren't in that box is these tubes. That's just because they're too long, they don't fit in the box. So we give you the box, we give you these 2 tubes, and if you have a roof on your order, we give you the roof panels and all the hardware, and that's the whole kit.
Now, I'm noticing as we're standing here, this is pretty unique and pretty awesome about your guys' parts is, I'll show you on there, is it's actually got that keyway there. So now, why is that there?
That keyway will click into place on the tube that is adjoining to it. So that will click into the other tube so you can't misplace it. Everything goes right in position.
That's what I love.
Yeah.
Can't mess this up.
You can't mess it up. It's all numbered. You can go on our website. There's a PDF that it shows you where each tube goes by number, so you can't really misplace it. And it doesn't get much easier than that.
And now that is what is great, because for the do-it-yourself person, this is going to be ideal for them to be able to just buy all these parts. I think especially if you were going to, you don't have the luxury of living as close to you guys as we do. We're about an hour away, where you can pretty much get this whole thing shipped to you, and it's not going to, break the bank as if you were going to have a whole cage shipped to you.
Yep. So these just go FedEx ground in a box. We ship all over the world, not just in the U.S. We ship to Canada, we ship to Australia. I mean, it's pretty much, possibilities are endless with just putting the tubes in a box.
Now, as I have this tube in my hand, I want to talk about this, because I think that this is something really important. You will see a lot of cages on the market, and a lot of them, will vary in price from very inexpensive to, I'm going to say, more on the higher end, and that partially has to do with the material being used in the cage. That's something that's really important if you're looking to build a cage for yourself, or have one that the material is, the whole thing is, we're doing a cage for safety. And I always say, like, using cheap material is like buying a cheap helmet. Like, what's the point?
Correct.
So tell me, what type of material is this?
So we use all DOM tubing. It's 0.95 wall thickness, 1.75 inch. And it's all USA made material, so it all comes from here. It's not shipped from overseas. And it's all laser cut, so everything's nice and sharp and clicks into place nice. Nothing's ever the wrong measurement or anything. Everything is usually spot on.
So to me, that's a huge thing, because obviously I want to keep my family safe. Other than just, aesthetically pleasing, that's a big reason why I wanted to use them and use this cage. So there's so much here to see, guys. Let's go check out more.
Let's do it.
All right, so this is one thing that I was definitely not expecting, was that all of these parts are actually built here in-house. I was totally figuring that you guys outsourced it, brought it in, and this is awesome. This is a playground right here. There's so much, this is just so much fun in here.
Yeah.
So tell me, what are some of these machines? Why are they important to you guys, and what do they do?
Yes, we do almost everything in-house. The only thing we don't do in-house right now basically is the laser cutting of the tubes. We just didn't have the room for it, but now that we're in our new facility, we're getting settled in. It's coming, so we'll be doing that in-house too. It's just a big machine, takes up a lot of square footage. We do have our bender in-house. We bend all of our tubes here. We have our
and this
laser.
thing is massive.
Yeah.
We have a tube bender at the shop, nowhere near this size. This is pretty awesome. All CNC, so that every bend is going to be perfect.
Yep.
And fit your car perfect as well.
Yep.
This is just like jaw dropping, like,
Every tube gets CNC mandrel bent, comes off. We actually set up a jig on the table to check every tube to make sure it did bend correctly, because these things, sometimes they're not spot on. We want everything to fit perfect. So.
And as you can see, the elephant in the room, we do have a cage sitting right here below us. And what is this to?
This is a Pro XP 4-seat Super Shorty cage.
Okay.
Just came off the jig. We just welded it up. It is getting ready to go to powder, I believe. Otherwise, we're going to throw it on a pallet and ship it. I'd have to look up the order and see which one this is, but you can see it's got the light tabs on it. Everything's ready to go.
And that's so you mentioned the welding of it, and I know you have one set up over here. Can we check that out?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
So we are back here in the welding area, and this just looks amazing. And this is what I'm really excited about using the Cagewrx products, is just this overall fitment. So this cage is sitting here in the fixture. It is all keyed together and tacked together, but all of these tubes, as you can see here, fit together just amazing, which is gonna make our job really easy, just welding this together. Well, Chandler, it's gonna make your job easy, welding this together. So definitely excited. So this is what is great about your company, is that you guys can ship you the kit, or you could, like we said, you could come here and get the whole thing done, right? Powder coated. Whoa, powder coated and everything, man. So that is awesome. So what do we have here? This is another Polaris cage?
Yep, this is a 4-seat. It's for the XP1000. It's a Super Shorty. Like you said, he's got everything tacked together. The clamps here get fully TIG welded. Everything else is MIG welded. So this one's tacked together. You can see all the nice tolerances here, and then once he's done with lunch, he'll come back here and weld the rest of this thing up and it'll be ready to go.
Now I can see that additionally on here, we have the bottom plate so that if you were gonna add a rear bumper to this as well, you have the ability, you can add the rear bumper so that everything is going to fit exactly with your cage, right?
Yep, that's correct.
So, I mean, and front bumpers, and then we have a roof here too, so if I want this tabbed out, I don't want it powder coated, let's say, but I want it all tabbed out, I can order it that way as well, correct?
Yeah, so all of our assembled cages that we build in-house, they come with the roof included.
Okay.
So every single cage that we build gets the tabs on there for the roof, and it comes with the roof panels.
And now, is that going to be a single, is it a one panel roof, or is it going to be a two?
It's a 2-panel roof on the 4-seaters. There's a front and a rear panel.
Okay.
That makes it a lot easier to ship. It's already an oversized box. It's a big square, so if we were to do one piece, it would be way too expensive.
Now, as we're sitting here, we also have to, there's some other fixtures. So what are these other fixtures for as well?
Yeah, so this fixture right here, it's double-sided. This one will build all our Can-Ams, our Yamahas, and then you flip it over and it'll build the Kawasaki cages. And then this one will build all of our 2- and 4-seat RZR XP1000 Turbo S, and this one will build all our Pro XP cages, 2- and 4-seat.
So they have you covered. It's not just Polaris, guys. It's any brand of UTV that you have. You can come here to Cagewrx. Well, you don't have to come here because that's what's awesome. If we weren't in such a rush for this, we could have had it delivered, but you know, I really want to come here and check this out. So I want to see this laser. This thing looks awesome. Let's go check this out. The freedom to be able to do all of this is just awesome. I know we have all of our laser cut parts outsourced. I mean, these machines are extremely expensive, but I mean...
Yeah, we just bought this year, so before we had this, we were doing the same thing. With just coming out with new products and trying to develop new products, it's a game changer to have your own laser and send it from the computer back here and cut it same day on a scrap
Yeah, pretty
piece.
much makes your prototyping that much faster.
Yes.
Find your errors. I know sometimes I feel like I'm just waiting on parts to get back. I'm like, so you know, us always wanting to try to create new things. This is definitely awesome. I see the press brake, and then we have the turret punch behind us. And you said that that's where you're cutting out all the roof out of aluminum. I mean, so many cool pieces of equipment here, and that's the key to this, guys. This isn't outsourced stuff coming in from another country. I mean, this stuff is all made right here in-house in California, putting Californians to work, which is great, especially in this day and age where so many manufacturing jobs, I want to say, are being lost here in California or even to our country. You know, this is really awesome to see all of this, you know, being done right here in-house. I definitely love that, and that's why we're super excited to be partnering with them, you know, for this build. So is there anything else? What else? I want my cage. I'm excited now. I mean, don't get me wrong, these tools, I think of all the things I could build, but now I want to go check out my cage.
Yeah, let's go pour it down off the shelf.
Well, I think that's it. It's time to head back to the shop, start building the cage.